All right, so now we're on problem number 6 of our volume on page 2 of our volume and surface area packet. And for this problem, I'm also asked to find the surface area of the prism. And I'm taking a look at this prism and I see that there's a rectangle up here, a rectangle over here, a rectangle over here, and a rectangle on the bottom here. And I remember that prisms have sides that are rectangles. And so then I'm looking at this shape at the front and I see a trapezoid and I see that there's a congruent parallel trapezoid in the back. So I know that the bases are trapezoids. So I have 2 trapezoids and 4 sides that I need to take care of. So we're going to find the total surface area like we did in the last problem. We're going to kind of try and forget about this formula over here that we might forget. So the total surface area of the trapezoidal prism is going to be 2 times the area of the trapezoids plus the area of the top rectangle. We could put a little t on there, and then we could put plus the area, and I should put like areas, big A's here, right? Area of the trapezoid plus the area of the right rectangle here. So we can just draw that rectangle like this and put an R there. And then we could do a rectangle down here for the bottom, and we could put B for bottom, and then the area of the rectangle that's going to be over there on the left right here. So we're just putting some letters in there to kind of help ourselves with that. All right, so let's go for the trapezoids. So we have 2 of them, so we're putting down the 2. The area of the trapezoid formula is 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. And for the rectangle that's on the top, we're going to have base, we're going to call this one base 3 because we're going to have problems with these B's, times height 3. And for the one on the right, we'll call that base 4 times height 4. And for the one on the bottom, we'll call it base 5 times height 5. And for the one on the left, we'll call it base 6 times height 6. And honestly, it's really not necessary to put all these subscripts in, but I just don't want you to be confused that these B's might all be the same value, because they're not. All right, again, when we see that we're going to multiply 2 times 1/2, we know that 2 times 1/2 is just 1, so we don't have to worry about the 2 and the 1/2. We can just drop them. So we want to find the height of our trapezoid. So I'm looking at the front trapezoid right here, and I see this little perpendicular symbol, and I remember that bases and heights are perpendicular to each other. So if this is going to be my base of 23, this would be my height of 12 feet. So I'm going to put my 12 feet. That's my height. And then my base 1 would be 23 feet. And I need to add to that base 2. And I look up there and there's no dimension. But if I look across from it, I can see the parallel congruent dimension of 18 feet. And now we're going to move to the rectangle at the top here. And this rectangle at the top, we already know that this is 18 feet. So we're going to call its base 18 feet. And we have to multiply that times the height, which would be this dimension, which is also this dimension. And I don't see a dimension there, so I have to keep looking at all of these parallel lines until I find the one that has the dimension. And here's 15 feet. And then I'm going to look at the bottom rectangle down here. And we're going to call the base of it 23 feet. And the height of that was our 15 feet. Now we're over here on the, oh, I forgot the slanted one, you guys. Oh, I'm going to just switch their places here. So I forgot this guy right in here. He was supposed to be the one on the right, but that's okay. We'll put down those dimensions. That's 20 by 15. and then our left-hand side rectangle, which is 12 feet tall, and then I look for its width and I don't see it, but if I look over across I can see it over here. 12 feet times 15 feet. And now I just need to do all of those calculations. So 23 plus 18 is 41. So I'm going to get 12 feet times 41 feet plus 18 times 15 is 270, and feet times feet, square feet. And 23 times 15 is 345, feet times feet, square feet. And 20 times 15 is 300, feet times feet, square feet. And 12 times 15 is 180, feet times feet, square feet. And now I just need to multiply my 12 times 41, and that's 492. And now I'm going to add to that, and it was feet times feet or square feet, so I'm just going to add my 270, my 345, my 300, and my 180 to the 492 I got from the beginning, and I get 1,587 square feet is my total surface area for the trapezoidal prism.